Hi, I'm Luke Gilfillan. Welcome to the Lounge with Luke Gilfillan. Hello and welcome to the Lounge with Luke Gilfillan. Today we're going to be doing all local news because the national news is a bit worn out, so I decided I'm going to be doing all local news. To start off, which is going to be my probably favorite local news, and I might do it every week, we're going to look at the crime statistics at the police reports that were released. Because there's a lot of fun stuff to read there. Wait, this is Wednesday. This is from May 13th. Some of this you may have remembered from me reading it earlier. Some of these crimes are from like April 30th, so catalytic converters, no. Okay, someone took 2 charcoal Weber grills, a black wicker outdoor love seat, 2 black wicker side chairs, and 3 Aztec colors 21 by 15-inch flower pots from the patio of a residence in the 700th block of Haynes Avenue between 8:30 p.m. May 4th and 11:22 a.m. May 5th. Estimated loss is $838. So now you don't only have to be worried about your catalytic converters being stolen from your 2004 Honda utility, but you also have to worry about your charcoal Weber grills being taken right out of your patio along with your love seat and side chairs. Someone's just going around in their van like, grab those Weber grills, grab those side chairs. So yeah, watch out for that. Vehicle theft. Ooh, this is fun. An unlocked 1999 Lexus RX 300 with a spare key inside was stolen between 3 a.m. and 6:30 a.m. May 5th in the 1200th block of North Austin Boulevard. Estimated loss is $3,000. Chicago police recovered the vehicle at 12:42 p.m. May 9th in the 600th block of North Central Avenue, Chicago. No apprehensions were made. Someone took a black 2015 Chevrolet Tahoe parked in the 400th block of North Coiler Avenue between 11 p.m. May 9th and 8 a.m. May 10th. The vehicle was recovered by Waukegan police in an unknown time, date, and location without any apprehension. So Waukegan police really living up to their name and not being able to give a time, place, or location as to where they recovered a vehicle. So thanks, Waukegan. We're all very proud of you. Criminal damage to property. Oh, I love this. Someone broke into a vacant residence, possibly through an unlocked window, then burned construction paper, damaged the drywall, and splattered duct sealer and plaster on floors and walls between 5 p.m. May 3rd and 8:15 a.m. May 5th in the 800th block of Southeast Avenue. Estimated damage is $10,000. Wow, that sucks. A man kicked and damaged the front glass of Dunkin' Donuts, 7117 North Avenue between 150. Oh, that's on North Avenue, Dunkin' Donuts. I don't think I've ever been to that Dunkin' Donuts, but I'd love to hear about you guys' experience with that Dunkin' Donuts that now has its front glass smashed in by a man who kicked it. It was between 1:55 and 1:57 p.m. May 5th. That is, if they've got that time frame, they are well set. Someone probably went to the bathroom and then they came back and the front glass of their Dunkin' Donuts was smashed in. All right, that's all we have for the police reports for May 2nd to 11th. Now we're going to go over to the By Elementary School. I don't know if any of you guys went to By Elementary School. I know a couple of you guys tutored there. I did as well. There's a little program that By has called I don't know what it's called. It's called Cats and Dogs. Dogs supposed to be the Huskies, and then By, I guess they're the Cougars or something. So it's called Cats and Dogs, and it's a tutoring program. So that's the only reason I know anything about By Elementary School, because I tutor kids there. Jonathan, this is about the principal who I actually talked to for a while once. He was like, "How are you?" And I was like, "Yo," and then we talked for a while about one of the kids that I tutored. Jonathan Elwanger was 21 years old. He had just graduated from Northwestern when Susan Gibson, the principal of By School on Cooler Avenue, offered him a job as a music teacher. So he was a music teacher prior to becoming the principal. When this school year comes to its unnatural end, Elwanger will retire from By, having served there for 34 years, the final 18 as its principal. He agrees it is an unusual and rare accomplishment to work for one school for an entire career and to advance from teaching music to becoming principal of that school. Might be more unusual because he expected to be at Bai for just a year. One and done, he said, before finding a job in a high school as a choral director. High school jobs were hard to come by, and he wound up at Bai only because an acquaintance noted that he was the only pale face in a student-led gospel choir at school and thought Oak Park might be just for him. Well, Oak Park was for him, Bai School particularly. Ellwanger notes that in his more than 100-year history, Bai School has had only 8 principals. That's amazing, especially since it feels like some District 97 schools have had 8 principals in the last decade. That's a reference to Lincoln, because they've had 8 principals in the last decade. They turned over one every year for the past couple of years, and one left halfway through the year this year. They've got a bad community over at Lincoln Elementary School. Or is it Lincoln? Yeah, Lincoln Elementary School. In Oak Park, not the one in River Forest. They've had the same principal for a long time. Ellwanger believes longevity is in the DNA of the building and the Bai community. It wasn't just Susan or me. There's something palpably distinct about Bai. There's just something, he said. His present crop of parents and students certainly agree that there is a palpable buzz about how to honor Ellwanger in the quarantined age of COVID-19, while secrets remain to be divulged about aspects of the recognition. An early June parade has been announced that will have the principal out and about and socially distanced on the streets of the Bai neighborhood. Ellwanger says he's a bit of a procrastinator and that he's never been a counter, which he says explains why he hasn't been overly focused on the milestones of his final year at Bai. But he says he doesn't want to leave all the emotional unloading until the ends and expects to laugh a little and cry a little as he wraps up. He also acknowledges that he has spent the last year getting Bai ready for a new principal. Jen Schmidt will arrive from the assistant principal's role in Naperville. Ellwanger said the two have been working already on the hiring, and she has been very active meeting people. My hope for Bai in District 97 is that someone would come here and stay for 33 years to be a part of that place so wonderful, so life-giving, and so challenging. He says that the annual celebration of the departing 5th graders will be virtual, with the advantage that we don't have to sweat it out in the auditorium, with the promise that every kid will get their moment when the teacher speaks out about every child's Bai connections. There seems to be no way to recreate Olympic Day virtually, but Ellwanger reminds, I don't know what Olympic Day is. Either way, this guy's a cool guy from what I've met, and he's a principal going away. So there's your local news. There's a lot in this article. Someone really went all in on this principal leaving, which I guess is big news. It's big news for a lot of parents in the community. I just accidentally clicked the sports section of the Wednesday Journal and came across a fantastic article that I'm going to read right now. Give me 2 seconds. Our OPRF senior gets an esports scholarship, so we've got kids getting esports scholarship. He's ranked one of the top players in North America. How have I never heard of this? This is by James Kay. He's a sports editor. I think he follows me on Twitter, but I'm not sure. I don't know. When it comes to League of Legends, of course he plays League of Legends, one of those competitive esports players. They've got like an esports team in our school, if you've ever seen that. It's at that room near the stairwell towards the southeast entrance. If you know where that is, near the West Gym. When it comes to League of Legends, OPRF senior Drew Nyberger is in a league of his own. That was a clever wordplay there, James K. With the rise of esports over the last decade, colleges have started to invest in the realm of gaming by offering scholarships to prospective students who know their way around the sticks. He used the word sticks, and the photo that he used for the article is the dude playing on a computer. Are there sticks on a keyboard? I don't know if there's like a gaming keyboard that has like sticks on it that you use, but I don't think there is, and I think this was a mess up. I think I'm gonna have to boycott James K for the rest of eternity. That is a mess up that is unforgivable, and I will be canceling him on Twitter later today. James K's canceled party, or no, it's James K's over party. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Okay. So, after rising to the top 0.005% in North America for League of Legends players, Nyberger has attempted to offer to be a mid-laner on the Illinois State University's League of Legends esports team. I was never competitive until I started playing video games, said Nieberger. Since then, I've fallen in love with League of Legends, and I was really bad at first, but then I started to get better, and I realized I was really good at it. It's very cool to see colleges invest in it and get to the point where they can offer scholarships. I really like that when he was taking this photo for the Wednesday Journal, he has his pajama pants on. It's really cool. Nothing against this guy. I'm sure he's a great guy, Drew Nyberger. Hey, I don't recognize him, but I'm sure a lot of people would recognize him if they saw his face. League of Legends is an online computer game that features two teams that try to destroy each other's bases. It has become one of the most popular video games in the world and has millions of daily users. Nyberger was first introduced to the game in 2013 when he was at a friend's house for a sleepover. After falling in love with the game, Drew and his brother Levi Okay. Now, there's someone I had a study hall with named Levi, and I was wondering if it was him. Him and his brother Levi started an esports team at Oak Park, which is part of the Illinois High School Esports Association, and found other programs in the area to compete against in tournaments. Eventually, he made his way into different teams and tried out for a semi-professional team called Fruchion Esports, which consisted of players who were really good at the game but didn't have competitive experience. Despite their inexperience, they ended up winning the first tournament they played together, which opened Nyberger's eyes to what he could do with esports. Once we won, I thought to myself, wow, I really accomplished something, said Nyberger. That was kind of like a little dopamine hit, like I want to do that again, so I kept playing in tournaments with the team, and I went from team to team. Those are some pretty good quotes, guys. One notable gaming event from Nyberger on Fruition Esports came when they faced Maryville University, which according to Nyberger is considered one of the best college teams. Before every game is played, there are predictions set about how the teams will perform in each match. Nyberger's team had a 1% chance of winning in the best-of-5 series. However, they ended up taking 2 games from Maryville and almost pulled off the upset. As he started to build up his profile as a gamer, he practiced League of Legends more. Nyberger and his parents butted heads over how much time he was spending on the game. However, his mother, Barbara Dolan, reached a point when she gave him the responsibility of managing his own priorities. No one cares about that part. How much does he win in these tournaments? That's what I'm here to learn. It has been phenomenal watching him become a great player, and also how he has phenomenal hand-eye coordination, said Dolan. That's his mother. The game has helped him to the point where he can type 100 words per minute. Is that really high? I feel like there's a lot of people that can type 100 words per minute, but that's still impressive. I could not hit that. I'm well below 60 words per minute, unfortunately, as many people know. While the terms of his scholarship are still being worked out, Nyberger is going to be joining an Illinois State team that has put resources towards its program, including a computer lab for its gamers, hiring of coaches, and 5 other players who have scholarships. He's hoping his story will show people that there is an opportunity in esports and that the stigma attached to gaming doesn't represent the actual experience and lessons learned from it. I like telling people about the scholarship because I want people to know that video games aren't useless, said Nyberger. I've gotten good at being a leader and having a loud voice to communicate to people about what I want from them. I'm really good at getting on people's good side and making sure not to take them off. It's kind of ironic, but a video game where I don't talk to people has gotten me people skills. That's really interesting. All right, we're going to move on to another article that lists some local resources available during the lockdowns. So we'll read over them. If you're a senior, Oak Park Township, their phone number, that's the best way to reach them, 708-383-8060. They can answer any questions about senior services, including Medicare, Medicaid, and other benefits, and assistance with grocery and pharmacy pickups. They also have a frozen and shelf-stable meals program at the same place. They give transportation for medical appointments. If you need to call them for transportation around that, it's the same number. You could probably ask them about it. My mother is actually doing a volunteer thing. I don't know, volunteer task force, that's what it's called, for the coronavirus, where they deliver food to elderly people in River Forest. So that's pretty cool. Domestic services, Sarah's Inn, they're always open. You can call them at 708 386-3305. That's for domestic services. Substance abuse hotline, call 1-833 to find help. You know, the little things. Okay. The National Alliance on Mental Illness runs virtual support groups 3 days a week. Information on joining, you can find that at their website. You can probably just look up NAMI, they'll show up, or call 708-582-6580. I did that. I'm surprised I didn't stumble over the phone numbers. That is very difficult to read out numbers. As you can probably tell from me reading out the addresses, it takes me like 3 minutes to get out the thousands thing. Very difficult. NAMI for mental health support, Thrive Counseling Center, you can look them up, Illinois Call for Calm, NAMI Family Support, Disaster Distress Helpline, you can call all of those, but just look up them, the phone number will come up. But food security services, if you're struggling with getting food, Beyond Hunger, that's Oak Park River Forest Food Pantry, you can find them at gobeyondhunger.org/need help. The food distribution hours are Saturdays 9 a.m. to noon, Wednesdays 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. All other Wednesdays 3:30 to 5 p.m. That's at the First United Church of Oak Park. Beyond Hunger Social Services, you can find that there. Youth Services, District 97 Mental Health and Wellness Checks. Support for You app is for youth in District School 90, 97, and 200 who may text a licensed clinician 24 hours a day. So use the Support for You app. That's great. What else? Brandon Johnson. Oh, I know this guy. This Brandon Johnson guy. I just clicked on this article. I didn't know it was him. This Brandon Johnson guy coached my brother's baseball team, I think, like a year ago, 2 years ago. I don't remember. Either way, I remember in 2018 we put out a lawn sign for him to be elected as commissioner. Brandon Johnson calls for tougher regulation. This is according to Michael Romaine, who is the staff reporter at the Wednesday Journal. First District Cook County Commissioner Brandon Johnson stood outside the Westchester Health and Rehabilitation, 2901... Why am I giving the address? Don't go to there. It's a nursing home. Don't stay away. They've already had enough coronavirus cases there. He stood out there to call for the state to reimagine how it handles for-profit nursing home facilities where reports of lax regulation and poor working conditions are making already vulnerable senior citizens even more vulnerable to COVID-19. As of May 1st, Westchester Health and Rehabilitation reported 47 cases of COVID-19 and 12 deaths related to the disease, according to the Illinois Department of Public Health. An analysis of IDPH health data by WBEZ shows that the hazards are spread across nursing homes throughout the state. According to WBEZ's analysis, 44% of the COVID-19 deaths in Illinois were tied to nursing homes, which is unacceptable, and you're seeing similar stats like that across the country. The one thing we knew about this virus was that it affected elderly people and it didn't affect young people. But instead of taking the logical approach, which would be to do a hard quarantine on the nursing homes and to let the healthy people build up herd immunity, we decided to force infected people to go to the nursing homes in some sort of effort to not overwhelm the hospitals and then infect everyone in the nursing homes, to which they would die, and quarantine everyone else. Got some geniuses running the governments across the nation. Gotta love them. Alright. Yeah, the rest of this article just talks about the situation there. And it's horrible. It's very bad. It's very bad in the nursing homes. And it's very sad. This is long. Alright. Thanks so much for listening, and goodbye.